All right, so this is programming challenge number 19 out of chapter 7. It is the trivia game. So in this, we are to create a trivia game where two players take turns answering 5 questions that the compiler reads from a text file. For each correct answer, the program will keep a tally of the points for each player and display the winner at the end. So I'll play it for you. All right, so these questions that I came up with that I wrote on this text file is I just made it outer space themed because I like outer space. So the first question asks, how many moons does Mars have? So that's B for 2. And I'm just going to answer all of these right. Well, I'll do one of them wrong. So the next question is, how long does it take sunlight to reach the Earth? Out of A, B, C, or D, that is 8 minutes, but I'll just say 2 minutes for the purpose of showing if someone got it wrong. Okay, so it'll say, if you get it wrong, it'll say, sorry, that was incorrect. You have 0 points. Okay, and then it's flipping back to player 1. So if you notice, for the second question, it flipped to player 2. Then the third question is flipping back to player 1. They just go interchangeably. What does outer space smell like? So out of A, B, C, or D, gunpowder and walnuts, a sandy beach, grass and ammonia, a wet dog. Correct answer would be A, gunpowder and walnuts, very metallic. Okay, and then it's taking that tally. If you notice here that they got it right, you now have 2 points. So it's keeping that running total. Okay, then it flips back to player number 2. Then this question is, on what planet does it rain diamonds? So out of A, B, C, and D, the correct answer is A for Neptune. I had to think about it. Yes, that is correct. All right. Then this question, back to player number 1. What planet has poisonous clouds? The correct answer out of these 4, A, B, C, or D, Earth, Venus, Saturn, or Mercury. You'd probably think Mercury, but it's actually B for Venus. And I just got some of this stuff off of Google, so I have no idea if this is actually factual, but that's what I found. Okay, at 60 miles per hour, how long would it take for you to reach the moon? The correct answer would be C, 6 months. It would take you if you're driving at 60 miles per hour or flying, however you feel like getting there. That is correct. All right, and it's 10 questions, so I'm almost done. How many people are in outer space right now? November of 2020. Correct answer would be C, 5 people in outer space right now. What color is the sun? So out of A, B, C, or D, logical answer, if you think about fire, you would think it's orange. If you are silly enough to look at the sun, you might say it's white. Otherwise, a color unknown or green. The correct answer is actually going to be B, green. All right, what is the hottest constellation? Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, or Aries? The correct answer would be B for Virgo. I'm a Gemini, so that's why I put that. Okay, and I think this is the last question. Theoretically, what would it take to time travel? And I just made this up because I'm into stuff like that, but either travel faster than sound, travel faster than light, travel slower than nothing, or high collision word side boron nitride. which is the hardest substance that we know of. And I put the correct answer as B, travel faster than light, because it's my own theory. All right, so if you notice down here, it'll say you got it right, you have 4 points, and it says that player number 1 wins, because player number 1 had 4 points. I think player number, oh yeah, that was player number 2. Yeah, player number 2 had 4 points, because we got one of them wrong, and player number 1 has the 5 points. Okay, so let me show you the code associated with it. All right, so we have 2 classes. The first class, obviously the main class, which is called Trivia Game, and the second one is the question.java, where it's asking the questions. And let me pull up my text file as well. I think I have it under here. Yes. Okay, so this is the text file that the program is reading from. This is the question. These are the 4 answers that they could choose from, and the correct answer is right below it for the corresponding letter that is correct. Okay, so that's exactly how it's reading. So it's scanning to read the file, which is here. This is the path of my computer to that text file. Okay, and it's basically doing a loop until it has, where it's reading each line. So where I showed you the question, first, second, third, and fourth answer, and then the correct answer, which is the letter character. Okay, and then it's adding them into these parameters here. All right, and then I just have a catch there. All right, and then this here is where it's alternating between each player. I just have a note here. So where it showed it was player number 1 and then player number 2, that's basically what this section of code is doing, this for loop here, which is also an if or an else as well. Okay, so it's asking player number 1 and then player number 2, telling them if they got it right or if they got it wrong. So if correct, and else would be if incorrect. Okay, so that is basically the main class, and the questions here essentially are kind of a set of getters and setters. So kind of going back to those early programming challenges that I was doing in this class. So it's getting the first answer and setting the first answer. And that's really essentially all it is. So I'll play it for you one more time so you can see. Okay, so how many moons does Mars have? I'll say D0 just so it can show the incorrect. All right. And how long does it take sunlight to reach the Earth? That is A, 8 minutes. What does outer space smell like? That is A, gunpowder and walnuts. On what planet does it rain diamonds? That is A, Neptune. I think it also rains on Uranus, as per Google. What planet has poisonous clouds? That is B, Venus. At 60 miles per hour, how long would it take to reach the moon? As close as the moon is, it doesn't seem like it would take 6 months, but the moon is actually very far away, and it would take 6 months. How many people are in outer space right now? That is C5. What color is the sun? Correct answer should be B, green, even though it doesn't look like it. What is the hottest constellation? that is B Virgo as per Google. There's a nebula that is very hot. Okay, theoretically, what would it take to time travel? And I just made this up, B, travel faster than light. Okay, so player number 2 wins this time, and player number 1 won the first time, so player number 2 wins this time, and build is successful. So that is the trivia game. I hope that that was insightful. If you have any questions, let me know, but I hope you have a great day.